with our pre-season preparations over, I'm looking at the league and the season ahead. And for the occasion, I'm wearing my Superman t-shirt because that is what we're going to need. We are going to need a superhuman performance from the whole team to survive and get anything out of most things we're entering into. We are kicking off the season against a crew team that is odds on for mid-table finish. We are odds on for rock bottom, remember. Lowest wages in the league. And then to follow up, we have a Carabao Cup game, our first Carabao Cup game ever against Watford from the Championship. And yeah, all I can hope for that game is that they put out the kids and they don't thump us too badly. So first of all, we're going to do a quick recap of our pre-season. I honestly can't remember if I even went through any of our friendlies with you. So here's a quick look. We kicked off the pre-season friendlies with an 8-0 win over Corinthians. I opened up with a nice easy game. Thought I'd get the goals flowing. And that's pretty much where it stopped, to be honest. Oyatunde on the score sheet, Iro, Akambi, and Owen Farmer, who was one of our trialists. I would have loved to have got him in, but he went to Blythe Spartans, the Vanarama North team, who have a tycoon takeover, and I hate them because they've stolen quite a few of the players I was after. Then we went on to a 1-1 draw with Alfreton, 2-2 draw with Maidstone, a 2-0 hammering by Cardiff. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Cardiff being a championship team also kind of tells me what to expect from Watford. And then we got a 2-1 win against Oldham. Now, Oldham are down in the Vanarama National League. They should not be down in the Vanarama National League. That is just so wrong on so many levels. But that is where they find themselves right now. And yeah, we got ourselves a 2-1 win against them. And then a 3-1 win against Weymouth, who are still down in the Vanarama South. So yeah, I kind of started off easy, kind of went hard teams in the middle, and then kind of petered out towards easier teams when we were getting closer to the season opener. Just to give the boys a bit of confidence. Now, as far as the transfers were gone, well, I did introduce everyone to you. I'm pretty sure, you know, the whole host of many players who came through our doors. Yeah. Okay, we've only seen one player go out on loan so far. We need a whole host more to go out, especially for their development, but as well to balance the books, because I am over budget. Jamie Ash went to Mersham in Ishman, yeah. And that's where hopefully we'll do some developing this season. We have Fletcher Holman, striker. You know, he could do something for us this season. We will see. He's only 20 years old, so he could develop. And then Henry Timmy Davies. He is another striker. He's got some good pace. Some, you know, good overall attacking ability. Mainly with his pace, so he's going to be poacher / advanced forward, but mainly a poacher. Really, he's not really got the technical skills and ability to be a proper advanced forwards and be able to bring other people in that much. I don't, that's my opinion anyway. And then we've got Gavin Gallagher in on loan, a nice central midfielder / central attacking midfielder. Good creativity, vision, passing technique. Yeah, he's I think he might be essential to us creating our goals this season. Obviously, we lost Sebastian Williams before we ticked over into the new season. He went to Cheltenham for 59,000. Well, up to 59,000. Not that we really saw that much of it. Yeah. So yeah, that happened. I couldn't really turn it down. it was a lot of money, and I knew I needed money. Money was going to be important going into this league, and we didn't have it, and I'd like more money, to be honest. Yeah, so with that in mind, if there is a big money offer that comes in for one of our players, a Carabao, our central defender, people being after him, and also Oyatunde as well. People are after him as well, but it's going to need a big money offer. I had some ridiculous. They might as well come and just slapped me in the face, I think. What was the offer? Can I find out? I will. It was some. I can't remember who it was. £6,000. They came in and offered me Sheffield Wednesday, I think it was. £6,000 for Oyatunde. I mean, the cheek of that offer. I don't even know where they were coming from with that offer. But clearly he is not worth just £6,000. Yes, he's in the last year's contract. No, I can't tie him down to a new contract. Still, if they want him now, with a year's left on his contract, he is worth way more than £6,000 with championship potential. They are just... it is just like an insult, really. I'm not that desperate for the money. Right, yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much the ins and outs of everything. I'm still looking for... I have no money left, so I'm still going to be looking for free loans to come in because we need them bad, and trying to get rid of players like Gregory who wants out, and basically any other players that we can get out on loan for their development and to ease the wage budget as well. That is what we're going to be doing. So let's get into the game, and yeah, I'll see you there. All right, guys, I know you're going to look at this and think, what are you doing? And you might be right. You might be on something there. However, hear me out. I have so many attacking options, and I'm actually a bit short, especially since Sebastian Williams went outdoor. I'm a bit short of central midfield options. I do have some people in. We've got Preston, Theron. Robbie McKenzie can play there, but really he's more of a sort of Tilsey defensive player. And then we have Riley Hagen as well. However, quality-wise, I'm not sure whether they can hold up our central midfield against these other teams. So my thinking was I kind of chop it fully in half. I've got defensive unit, I've got attacking unit. We defend, we attack. I'm not quite going all out counter-attacking tactics, but I feel like once we get the ball and get it up to our attacking players, there is a lot of creative and attacking potential up there, and players that can, if this works out and we can keep this sort of thing going throughout the season, most of the season, then these players can really develop alongside each other into a real attacking force. So we're just going to have to see how it goes. It might change quicker than I think if it goes terribly, terribly wrong. We don't want to be, holding up the bottom of the table just like is predicted. But we're going to go with this. We're going to see what happens. I might even end up changing it mid-game. Who knows? But we're... we've got to go for it. Yeah, you got to have balls to go for it, and yeah, hopefully I'm going with it, at it with balls and not ballsing it up. We're gonna have to see. Right, right, go out there and play with freedom. You got this, lads. You have got this. Remember, superhuman effort today. And we're getting all fancy now. We're up in the real big boy leagues. We're getting tables, and it looks like a proper production. And we're getting fancy. We're getting fancy with it. It's still going to be 11 players against 11 players, though. So we'll see how this goes. See how badly we get hurt. And it is a crew with the first highlight. And that didn't look good, did it? Oh, I didn't even, I was so distracted with our formation. I didn't even go through the team sheet. We got Alfie Roberts in goal because Cameron Gregory wants out the door. So I figured there's no point playing him in. We'll get someone back in between the sticks, getting the experience, start, as we're going to have to go on, really. If he wants out the door, I don't want to keep him. So, yeah. And then we got our defence of Danny Imre, Taylor Foran, David Okogbu, Elijah Morgan. So a very recognisable back four. And then Jacob Hammond, Chambers, Borgness in our defensive midfield role. And then we jump up the pitch to our attacking midfielders of Gavin Gallagher and Mitch Pinnock. And then our three-pronged strike force of Oliver Iro, Daniel Oyetunde and Zach Henry. Obviously, they're going to need some time. I've not played them like this before. I played pretty much 2 seasons of the 4-2-2. That was a bit wayward there from our defence. And that is how we're going to invite them on and concede penalties and goals. That was a terrible challenge there by our captain, Elijah Morgan. Really, really disappointing stuff. And that's going to be one down. I mean, yeah, Roberts hasn't been in goal for a while. I was going to say, is Roberts, he can save penalties, and unfortunately, he just went completely the other way. He's not been playing, though, he's been, as soon as I dropped him, he had to sulk on, and then we fell out, and he didn't play, and now we're friends again.
Oh, football friend!
Kind of, and he's just got to get used to being our penalty hero again, I guess. Ooh, that was a tidy finish in the top corner. All right, 2-0 down, half an hour gone. Not the end of the world. We have got to feel our way into this new look formation. Does it have enough legs to work? I've not seen any evidence yet, so it's all been in their favour. But the team aren't used to playing the formation. They don't know the formation. I feel like they're good enough players to form a good connection with each other. Oh, that's 3-0. It's embarrassing now. 3-0 before half time. 3-0 at half an hour. It's not even any closer to half time. That's 2 in 2 minutes. Oh, that's not what we want. That's not what we want at all. All right, now we're in that place like they thought we would be, propping up the bottom of the table. Oh, this is going to be a hard, grueling season. The only thing I can be thankful for is we've got time to search out some good loans. We've got a chance here with Pinnock, and he fires it straight at the keeper. That's not going to score a goal, is it? You have to shoot around the keeper to get it in the net, not at the keeper. But we've got a corner here, so a chance to try and bring one back maybe, and Oyetunde goes for the header, but he can't quite get there, and then 2 players can't decide who's going for the bloody ball, and they both decide they just leave it to the other guy. Alright, well, first half has been somewhat of a disaster, and please don't concede another one. Oh, that's another one. Oh my god, it's 4-0 down. 4-0 down at half time. Wow, that is an introduction into the football leagues, isn't it? It was offside. Oh. Okay. Look, I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to be like, this just is not working. I feel like we can utilise our attacking force. And the reason I've gone, 3 strikers rather than sort of one striker, 2 wingers or inverted wingers or inside forwards, is because I found on quite a few occasions last year in the National League, you can find your players getting isolated, cut off, and they'd just be out of the game. And I feel like having them closer together, they can form this kind of partnership where they can play around other teams, outplay them. That's the kind of hope, anyway. So, what do we do now for today, though? It might be the fact that we are pushing too far up, so I'm not going to be too harsh on them. It is my change of tactics, after all. All right. Here's what I might do, though. I might bring Pinnock and Gallagher back to midfield. And let's just have a look. You, advanced playmaker on support. And Gallagher, I think I might go central midfield attacker. Yeah. And then they can fill out the midfield a bit more, so we're not getting too overrun in midfield, and a bit of support for Borgness as well. But when we do have the possession and we are moving forwards, they're going to get up there and they're going to support our strikers. So yeah, that's what we're going to try for the second half at least. I don't know whether these are going to be the guys we stick with. I've got another couple of striking options on the bench with Timmy Davies and Takawira, who got 16 goals on loan last year. So we know he's got goals in him potentially. That is from 2 leagues below, to be fair, but we do have fresh legs on the bench. Okay, so we're just going to go with this. No major overhaul changes, except for just dropping our 2 attacking midfielders back to midfield, but still being in a more forward thinking role. And yeah, we go from there. See what happens. As long as we don't ship another 3 goals in the second half and we kick off with a crew highlight. That's not what we want. Oh, okay. Is that a corner? It is a corner. Okay. It's all going to be okay. You know, they just got to get used to the new league. It's, I thought that was going in. There's Roberts with a save there. Didn't even see it. We got to get used to the new league and the glitz and the glamour. All right, now we've got a chance to break here with Iro. Can we do anything, Iro? He plays it back to his captain, who does nothing with it apparently. Brilliant. Well, we can look at starting our subs in a minute. At least they got an injury. Wabwa. Hopefully it's an important player. Right, Elijah is knackered. So we're going to bring Niall Timpson on for him. And then what else can we do? So our 2 central midfielders are just doing nothing. Iro doing nothing. The only person that's actually performing well is Oyatunde. So we got to think about what we can do. I know Dylan Morgan come on and play in central midfield as well. So I think maybe we will do that. Okay. Morgan on for Gallagher. And got to remember, we do have more substitutes now. We're up in the big boy leagues as well. So I'm going to bring on Timmy Davies for Iro. See if he can do anything for us. Oh, and it's Zach Henry has just got one back for us. That is our first goal of the season. And hopefully that is Zach Henry starting how he means to go on. He has goals in him. I know he has. He has potentially, I think he's potentially got the most goals out of anyone in the squad. So we're going to have to see how things go for him. Yeah, I'm going to change that up. All right. Also, pressure of playing in front of such big crowds now. That just noticed nearly at 5,000. Oh, and that is 2 back. Lovely corner from Dylan Morgan. The substitute come on, delivers onto the head of Taylor Foran as well. So that is 3-2. That's, now that is not so bad. And we even have a way back into this game. I'm not going to hold my breath for it. Again, I don't like holding my breath for it. I've got bad enough old lungs as it is. But you know, 3-2, first game of the season away to Crew, just going, if we were to finish the game just 1 goal behind, that's not the worst in the world. It's not. It's definitely not the worst thing in the world. All right, what else can we do now? There's not a lot. I mean, we can bring on Harry Lee for Imre for some fresh legs. I think that's probably one of our best options. And we can also bring on some fresh legs for, you know what, a bit controversial. Their Crew have just got a goal, another goal. Balls. Bit controversial, but I think I could bring on Takarira for Pinnock, and then we're going to swap them around. Yeah. And I'm going to drop Oyatunde back to midfield. He doesn't really have a star rating to say he could play, but I think he's got all the attributes that says to me he can operate in midfield as well. So we're just going to have to see, and then we'll just see how we can play out the rest of the game. We do have another highlight up at their end, and it's Borgness to Lee. Can he get the cross in? He can find the cross. Can't quite find the head though. And we managed to get the possession back. Dylan Morgan, into the box. Loses the ball fairly though. Morgan with the cross. Nearly finds head of Timmy Davis. Would be nice for him to get a debut goal. Alright. We are hounding them on the edge of their area though. But their goalkeeper manages to collect the ball and snuffs out the danger. You know what? Even at 3-2 down, 4-2 down, sorry. Experimenting with a new formation, up into a new league. Oh, and Timmy Davies, it is a debut goal for Henry Timmy Davies. And that is 4-3. We are only 1 behind once again. Now that is what I'm talking about. You know, we're not just rolling over and dying against higher tier opposition. They're not even higher tier opposition. We are here and we are going to show that we belong to be here. So that is what we're going to do. All right, let's go. This is a bit of a superhuman performance, I think, here from my Farnborough boys. No shame today, I don't think. Not at all. And I'm not loving this new formation. I think we can get a lot of goals from this. And if we have a semi-consistent starting 11 as well, we're going to have a relatively solid defence, a good attack. I like having them collectively in together. Less chance of our players being sort of cut off, separated from the pack through marking and whatnot. All right, 9 minutes of extra time. It's quite a lot, isn't it? Not enough time for us to bring it back for a draw. Still, 4-3 away from home on the opening day of the season in League 2 for a team that's come up from the 6th tier Vanarama South League. I think we've done all right. You know, the stats don't say we've done terribly either. Our XG's not too far off of theirs. Shots on target, only 1 less than them. Shots altogether, only 3 less than them. You know, it's quite even. Possession, they got quite a bit more possession, but maybe that was more from the first half. Maybe I was just too gung ho, pushing people too far forwards. I feel like maybe that will work all right, operating with the 2 central midfielders that can press forwards in the possession and in attack. But yeah, okay. Defeat on the opening day, but I don't think it's an embarrassment at all. Yeah, we did all right. Yeah, to do themselves proud. All right. So next we do have another big challenge, and that is Watford in the Carabao Cup. So I will see you there for what is probably going to be quite humbling. Okay, and the Bristol Street Motors Trophy Southern Section draw has been made, and we have been drawn in a group with Birmingham City, Bristol Bristol, Brighton and Hove Albion under 21s, and Bristol Rovers. I mean, except for maybe Brighton under 21s. Let's be kidding, they're probably above our quality as well. We've definitely been handed a tough group draw there. So we're tough draw in the Carabao Cup, and this looks like a toughie as well. But we're just going to have to see how it goes when we get there. I mean, even the article here is saying Farnborough handed tough group, and yeah, they're not kidding. It's for us, our first participation in it. It's essentially a group of death. So yeah, but still, it'll be our first time in it. So you know, the experience will be enough for us this year. On a more encouraging note, though, we have had our season ticket numbers in, and we have sold 614, which still doesn't seem like a lot. But if we compare it to last year, where we sold 248, then you know we're getting on towards 3 sort of times. That's probably around, I don't know, what, 2.5 times, maybe somewhere in that sort of region, but definitely over 2 times as many. Which would be great for our money coming in, which yeah, we're going to need to monitor as we go through the season, spending a lot more. So yeah, right. So on to the next game against Watford. And we've just had confirmed as well, Callum Simpson, our young left back. I say young, he's 21 already, but he is going out on loan for the season to Eastleigh. Which is good because it brings our wage bill down a little bit. But I've changed a little bit how we're doing things this year as far as loans are concerned. So I've put our head of youth development, Chris Beardsley, in charge of sorting out the loans. All I have to do really is add which players I want out to the development list, and he will pick them up from the development list and try and find a suitable loan for them as well. So yeah. If you don't know how to do that, you can right click on them. Under transfers, you should have a section down there that is add to development list, which should be right at the bottom. And you would need to go to the staff and responsibilities to change who's in charge of sorting out the loans as well. And once you got that done, it's a pretty good system. If you've got someone half decent in to do that, you know, they should find them some reasonably good loans. And this is totally appropriate. It's got regular starter agreed playing time, full wages being paid. He's probably around the level of Eastleigh, so a suitable club to go to. They've got 1.5-star training facilities, so again, that is, yep, that's more than us. Not a surprise. So hopefully he should have a good developmental season. Yeah, and good luck to him. I think he's only got a year left on his contract, yeah. So if he does well and it progresses, then we can bung him a new contract at the end of it and see where we go. He's got reasonable potential. Reasonable, I say. So yeah, we're just keeping an eye on him and see how he goes. So we're just coming up to our Carabao Cup against Watford, and at least we look like we're going to get a good turnout for the game, which should be good financially. So they're expecting to sell about 4,600 tickets, with 600 of those being away fans. So probably less than I would have been expecting. I maybe would have expected it to be more like half. So we've got 4,000 of our own fans. I mean, I didn't even know we had that many fans willing to come and watch us. So that should be a nice payday for us, even if we are humiliated and don't go through. But yeah, all right, let's get ready for the game. All right, so we are back for our probably ill-fated game against Watford. And yeah, I'm sticking with what I started out with, trying. It's basically a 4-3-3, I guess now. And yeah, I've just switched a couple of roles. I've got the 2 central midfielders rather than 2 attacking midfielders. And as I had changed them to in the last game, I've switched the defensive midfielder to an anchor role. And as for that, everything still stays the same. This team is still the same. Except for I just swapped Iro and Henry around. Henry's got more of a left foot, so I want him kind of coming in across and possibly slotting in to the far corner, and same with Iro and Ayatunde, hopefully pulling the strings in the middle, being supported by our attacking midfielder Gavin Gallagher as well. So yeah, I mean, that's the best I've got. I don't see any change of formation that's going to help us get through this game any better than what we're going to try here, and this just gets more familiarity with the formation for the guys, and you know, start building those connections up as well. So this is what we're going for, and yeah, we can just hope for the best and hope that we just do not get humiliated. It looked like we were going to get humiliated in the last game, but I mean, they're even in the same league as us, so I'm just hoping maybe it's a second string team they're putting out. Did I just tell him to cause an upset? Doesn't seem likely, does it? Really? Yeah, I'm loving all the new fanciness. Love this. Love this for Farnborough. Alright, let's get going. See how it goes. You know, they do their best, and that's all I can hope for. Possessions, alright at the moment so far, 10 minutes in. It's relatively even, but we have Watford with a corner here. So we've got some defensive work to do. Okay. Well, that was a very easy goal. Bad defending. Slow reactions when it's come back off the post as well. And yeah, that's all round a little bit disappointing. But look at this support we've got in the ground right now. This guy just free on his own in the middle of the box, just slot it away. Literally, he could have got down in his hands and knees and rolled it in with his head if he wanted. All right, so it looks like it is very much going Watford's way now, and no chances or shots from us. And that header just goes just over. Again, you know, I'm not gonna be too disappointed. We got a real bad draw. There wasn't anything we could do about that, and it is what it is. Next year, maybe we'll get a better draw if we're still in the league. That is, but you know, you can't help the luck of the draw. If we had come up against League One opposition, maybe we stood a chance. But yeah, this is a much different game, really. And if we can at least put a fight in like this, and it's 1-1, how about that? Maybe we do have a chance. You know, we've not got a terrible team. I tell you, we've not got a terrible team. We've got low wage budget for the league we're in. I have to double check it, actually. I'm pretty sure we are absolutely bottom for wage budget. And yeah, and I know I'd like to say we've got a small squad, but we've probably got a lot of players, and we need less players because we need to reduce the wage budget as it is anyway. But sloppy passing. Can't have sloppy passing against a team like this. That's just not the way to do it. Go on, lads. Close them down. Don't give them a chance. I have put a few loan offers in. 2-1 down. It was a good solid shot. Not much Alfie Roberts could do about that, really. Yeah, we've got a few loan offers out for players to come in. Free loan offers as well. So, you know, that's going to make the numbers up as we let players go out. We've got a couple of pending loans. Not quite full wages being paid. But again, if it reduces the wage budget and gives our players regular playing time and room to develop, then it could be worth it. Oh, good attempt by Henry there, off the woodwork from quite some distance out. Had the keeper scrambling and beaten, and just a couple of inches more inside, and that would have been 2-2. So we're not out of this game. We're not being played off the park entirely. In fact, we've actually had more possession. Watford just, their level of player, when they have got the ball, they're doing more with it, and that's understandable. It's it's only going to be natural. So it's essentially, when we do have the ball like that was offside, surely. Yeah. All right. Good interplay, but just needs to be a little bit more snappy, and that would have been through their defence, and would have been a legit goal as well. It was a good goal, except for it not counting as a goal. All right, yeah, we're not out of this yet. All right. I thought I'd push it, telling them they can do better. To be honest, they've done really well being at where they're at already. So, I thought I was pushing it a little bit there. They didn't all respond very well, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will start with the substitutions, because we are anxious and furious, in danger of losing discipline. Well, we don't want that, do we? So, Caden Boyce, you're going to come on for Okagbu. Right, what else can we do? Right, Iro has been out of the game again. That's 2 games in a row. He's just been missing. So I'm going to bring Timmy Davies on. Hopefully he can come on again and make a difference. And I'll stick with those 2 for the moment. Because that's about all I got. I just saw a 6.10 in there for Imre. That's really, really crappy. I might just change your... What do we want to do? Yeah, I might just wing back on defend. All right, let's see if the substitutions can do anything. And a little change of role for Danny Imre, because 6.10 is unacceptable, and I don't really have the options. Did I have an option? Did I have Harry Lee? I do have Harry Lee on the bench. Oh, come on, boys. Defend as a unit, defend as a team. Good defensive work by Henry there. But that was a wayward pass and cheap possession to give away. But we regain possession again. This is sort of stuff we want from the players, coming back, helping the next layer behind them out, coming back and dropping deep and helping to regain that possession, and then building again. I'm seeing some positive stuff here. We are losing again, but I'm still seeing some positive stuff. And as Timmy Davis just got through there, oh, that's not a very handsome shot there. I'm actually going to swap them around, because when Timmy Davies came on last time, he came on on this other side. I'm assuming you are more right-footed. All right, we'll just see how this goes. Don't concede again. Oh, no, that was a easy, cheap goal. Easy, cheap goal. All right, 3-1 down. That still not panicking. I've seen enough in this game to show that I feel like it's a positive formation. Yes, we've got some improvement to do. I think probably just with player connections and formation familiarity, and maybe just a few little tweaks here and there. But I feel like it's probably a good formation to go ahead with in the season. We need goals to win games and get points on the board. And I think this is the way to do it with the amount of good attacking talent we've got. This is the way to do it. We're not being humiliated against championship opposition. And we put up a good fight against Crew in the first game. And now it just looks embarrassing, doesn't it? 4-1. 4-1. Right, let's get the rest of the substitutions made. We're being on Takarira. Oyetunde is missing in this game as well. Zach Henry, you can take that role. Timmy Davis has seen nothing in this game either. Down to 5.9 for Danny Imre. That is embarrassing. And I think we bring on Morgan again. Oh, in fact, let's bring on Niall Timpson for Elijah Morgan. Howdy. Got some very, very tired players out there and just holding on. It'd be nice to not go down any more than 4-1. Even get a nice little goal back wouldn't be too embarrassing. And that is one more back. And that is just the sort of response we wanted. Yes, we're still losing by 2 goals. But it is against good championship opposition. So, yeah, I'm still happy with what I'm seeing. It's early days. And I feel like once we're, I don't know, maybe 10 games into the season, it's not going to look like it did last season or the season before. No. But I feel we should probably be seeing some good positive signs that we're not going to just be a make weight at the bottom of the table. And that's what we want. And that's what we need to show. So, yeah, disappointing. I wouldn't have been putting any money on us getting through that first round against Watford. So it's no surprises. It is what it is. And yeah, again, I think they did themselves proud. And good signs for what we can do against quite a few teams in our league, I think. So we'll just carry on from that. So, all right. We lost first game of the season. We're dumped out the Carabao Cup at first time of asking against championship opposition. We put up a good fight in our first game as well. Yeah, it looked bad to begin with, but I think that's probably more my fault for being just that little bit too overambitious in attacking sense. I've just toned it back a little bit and a few little tweaks here and there, maybe to roles or player instructions, and I feel like we really might have something to get some results, the results we need to secure ourselves another season in League 2 next season. That's all we got to focus on, securing our position in League 2 from, just not wanting to go backwards, and a financial stance point as well. So yeah, when are we going to be back? We have a Bristol Street Motors Trophy game. I don't think I'm going to worry about bringing them into the highlights. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I'll come back for our Yeovil game. Our friends from the Vanarama South. Yeah, all right, I'm going to do that. And maybe we come back for the Yeovil game and the Cheltenham game. We've had history with Cheltenham as well. And obviously we got long time history with Yeovil. So yeah, we'll be back for those games. And yeah, I'll see you then. Hopefully things will be looking a little bit better by then and not so full of dread and despair. As usual, if you've liked today's content, please leave us a like and put any comments in the comments below if you want to comment on just how terrible we are and how likely we are to get destroyed at every opportunity in this league and end up crying as we're relegated back to the National League. I'm fine with that. If you want to put that in the comments, you put it in the comments. But yeah, if you're watching and you've not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Trying to grow the channel, still relatively young and doing this. So I'd love to have you along for the journey and to see your support. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. And I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day, and I will see you again in the next one. See ya.